Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Ask an Agent Anything. Excited to be here. Unfortunately, couldn't make it last week. I was in the Bahamas having an amazing time, but obviously I had to push it back a little bit just because Wi-Fi was a little bit spotty where I was at. So welcome. Our topic today is what kind of wardrobe in general as a talent should you consider? And so we're going to go over a couple of different aspects of this. We'll go over what does the talent need to look for when they're actually booked, and they need to bring their own wardrobe or are connecting with wardrobe instructions, so on and so forth. Also, what kind of wardrobe should you generally have for actress headshots? We'll go over commercial and theatrical. We will also go over what kind of wardrobe we'd like to see if this is for lifestyle or your modeling portfolio, as well as what kids should kind of consider as, or the parents of kids as they do test shoots for their reports. Just kind of what you need to look for, what looks good, what doesn't look good. And I'm really going to focus more on what does look good. I actually hate using examples of bad pictures because a lot of times, these are, unless I just Google them online, these are of talent, and I don't want to embarrass anyone. Time we also want to make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes to selecting wardrobe, just for the specific purposes of whatever it could be in this industry, whether it's work, if it's headshots, if it's a portfolio. And then generally, I think it's always just good to have stuff in your car if this is what you do, or like have kind of like a bag ready to go that you, every time you're working, that you just kind of have with you. Because even though, especially the bigger productions usually provide most of your wardrobe, just imagine, actually working an 8 or 12 or 10-hour a day in shoes that do not fit you. So I think they're just basics that you should kind of have in your bag with you at all times in case something doesn't fit, so that you are able to comfortably go through the day while, making everyone else's job easier and better by just kind of being prepared when it comes to all those things. All right, so we're going to first go over, I think I'm actually going to do headshots first, and I'm going to try to screen share here. Hopefully this all works out okay. Let me just see real quick if we can do this. Sorry, you know what? Actually, maybe I can't do screen share because I have not changed the privacy on this. Give me just 1 second. Should have done this ahead of time. This is why it pays off to be prepared. 1 second. You know what? I may not be able to do this quickly. So anywho, all right. So we'll just go ahead and go over it. So when you actually, when you're doing, let's say commercial headshots, let's start with that first. When you do commercial headshots, you want to make sure that you're wearing very solid colored, bright clothing. Make sure that whatever neckline you're using on your shirt, because really all you see is kind of like this right here and up. You want to make sure is that the colors are flattering for you, that the neckline is flattering for you. If you're not really sure, let's say you're, blonde hair, blue-eyed, want to make sure that whatever wardrobe you use actually enhances that and goes well with your skin tone. Make sure that, if you, I think it's sometimes really hard, like the turtlenecks or like anything that's kind of very confining in the neck area. Want to stay away from that. Usually a crew neck, V-neck. If it's for more business professional look, definitely welcome to do a collared shirt. You can do suits if you want to. It just really kind of depends on the roles that you're going for. And again, just make sure is that the colors really enhance your coloring. And then you can always connect with the photographer in advance just to see what kind of backdrop colors are available to you. So you can go with that as well. I'm gonna open up the chat real quick just in case anybody has questions. All right, good morning, everyone. For your theatrical, let's just stick with commercial real quick. For your commercial headshots, we tend to have really bright, solid color, backdrops right now. That's kind of been the thing. We don't really do too much outside. I think if you do anything outside, make sure that it's, kind of in the blues and then the greens. This is Florida. Our, clients come to Florida to shoot a certain, type of footage when it comes to work, and just make sure that you kind of go along with that. Let's go ahead and with theatrical headshots. Those are your muted colors. Make sure, you can do anything like black, burgundy, navy, dark green. Usually tends to also have a more dark colored backdrop. Again, make sure these are flattering, color lines when it comes to, because you're really just seeing this. And now for all of us, we work on like large screens. So all the client sees like your big headshot on a big screen. So we just want to make sure that all the pieces kind of fit. So muted tones, you'll have a more serious look, muted backdrops. And again, communicate with your photographer and see, what kind of color options they have if you want to match those. If you are not really sure what looks good on you, figure out your skin tone, figure out your hair color, obviously your eye color, and the combination. And you can literally go on any headshot photographer's website, any agency website that publishes their talent, and look at those headshots and see what they actually look like, and see maybe somebody else that looks similar to you and kind of how they're presenting themselves and what do they have on. And you can go with that. But I would really, really stick with solid colors. I'm not really crazy about patterns or, hoop ear, shouldn't do any hoop earrings, anything like that in your headshots that are distracting. These are really supposed to be like a canvasy version of you while still showcasing what you look like. Next, I would say let's go into, let's do modeling portfolios. So that's always, when you do your test shoot and you show up with very limited wardrobe, that really limits the photographer and what they can actually do for you. And if you're paying for these pictures, you might as well get the best quality out of it. So make sure that, I always recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, that maybe go to a place that has personal shoppers so they can help you put the stuff together, and just keep your tags on your stuff. And then if you can return it after, if it's not stuff that you actually want to, keep or use or whatnot, after the photo shoot, return it. But you definitely want to make sure you have lots of layering pieces. We actually have a Pinterest board for Talent Direct for our agency. You can literally go on there, and there are all kinds of ideas when it comes to like lifestyle photography, swimwear, what's in your model bag. We have all kinds of inspiration giving you visuals too of what this needs to look like, and ideas on just what to bring, what to look for, what to shop for. Remember again, if you're not in swim shape, we don't need a swimsuit picture of you in your portfolio. If you don't actually know how to do yoga, I don't need a yoga outfit pose on the beach if you actually don't even know how to perform that function. So let's just make sure that whatever wardrobe we shop for, or that you bring to your shoots, make sure that this makes sense, and make sure that it goes well together. Make sure the colors go well together. Make sure the colors look good on you. Again, sometimes less is more. Sometimes if you're shooting a portfolio picture, just having a simple swimsuit or just having a simple shirt dress or a simple sundress outside is better and cleaner and easier to do than doing these super styled shoots. I think if you do something very, very styled, it is almost best practice to have a stylist with you on set, just to hire a stylist. Again, also, if you don't know what you're doing or you're newer in this business, maybe work with a stylist at the beginning, because they'll, by working with you, will also kind of teach you what it is that you need to look for and how do things look good together. Make sure your clothes fit you well. That we see this a lot. I literally have somebody submit pictures to me, and they may have pants and a shirt on, and the pants were maybe too tight, and then a little muffin top on top. They shouldn't be editing this out. Your clothes should fit you well. And you can clip stuff. You can do all kinds of things on set. Like, let's say there's a dress that really looked great in person, but on camera maybe makes it a little bit look a little bit wider. They'll just clip it in the back. You just want to kind of be prepared for all of those things, but you also want to, make it easy for everyone else to actually shoot with you. So you want to have your wardrobe kind of ready, or you hire somebody or outsource this, or let the photographer know in advance that this isn't your strong point, and then you can figure out how to work together. But a photographer really will get the best pictures for you if they can just kind of do their job, and they don't have to do 5 other jobs to just make you look right, in these images. So most of them, or at least all the ones that I think we work with, also have inspiration boards that they can share with you. They can give you the locations you're gonna be shooting at, and really make sure that you spend some time on this. Like, this is, I think, and this happens a lot, where people just kind of show up. That's not what this is all about. Like, you really need to learn, about the industry what makes you look good, what do you need to have, later once you're actually booked for set purposes also, like the easier you are to work with because you just know what you're doing, the better. And it's okay to be a beginner. Just take your time, make sure you don't rush anything. If you have the opportunity to shoot tomorrow with somebody big and you're newer, maybe then tomorrow isn't a good day unless you really have all day today to actually go and grab your wardrobe and come into this prepared. Because if you're not prepared, or if you don't feel good about what you're doing or what you're bringing, that shows so much in the pictures at the end. It really does, because I think it's a confidence thing. Prepared people are usually more confident than unprepared people, because you're just going, flying through this. I don't think that's the best way to do it. If anybody has any questions, just make sure I can see the chat, so I can see you guys actually posting your notes in there. Again, this is your time. We always, we do these to be educational and to just, most of you know, I've been in Florida for 20 plus years. I absolutely love our state. My whole point is to make sure to have really prepared, great talent. I want the clients that come to our state and shoot here to be excited about what we're doing and feel confident that they can get their productions done. And that's what this is all about. It's really just creating a community of great people that they can pull from. All right, so now we talked about headshots, commercial, theatrical. We talked about lifestyle, modeling pictures. Oh, let's talk about digitals real quick. Digitals should be mostly done for models. We have been recently, because this whole casting process has gone more online, we have been requesting digital pictures also from non-model talent. All it really is a digital picture, meaning a snapshot of you, what you look like today. These shouldn't be enhanced. These shouldn't be edited. If you're having a tired day, maybe find better lighting. But these are digital pictures, are really just that. It is what you look like today, because a lot of castings are happening online or via self-tape. They just want to see what you look like right at this time. Modeling digitals should be very simple. We prefer ideally all black clothing. Could be swim digitals. That would be just the regular swim, age appropriate, whichever way it goes. Swimsuit. Could be a one piece, can be a two piece, just depending on where your confidence level is. If it's digitals for full body, that are non-swimsuit, then really ideally like a pair of shorts and a tank top. Like these are really plain and simple. Really just want to see what you look like right now in normal light in real life. So please don't send edited pictures. Please don't overdo it. Don't put on a complete full face of makeup, unless it calls for it. Less is more. Obviously, you're welcome to, put some under eye concealer, mascara, some lip gloss, all those. I think, foundation if you need to. All those things are fine, and but really less is more. A lot of times when we put too much makeup on women, it tends to age women a little bit, especially in digital pictures. So just try to, kind of work with that. If you have questions on this, maybe, if you're wondering if you're doing it right, maybe just do a practice one and send it to your agent. Like, would this be okay? Just so I know for the future. And that is totally fine. I'd rather you be prepared than not prepared. I'd rather be able to get these rather quickly than have to wait for them for a long time. And I think sometimes people overthink digitals. Digitals do not get you or not get you a job. It really is just making sure that you look like your headshot, which, sometimes tends to be a little bit edited. They just want to see what you look like in real life. Let's go then next to children. Again, with children, you can have actually a little bit more fun. What I'd like to do, I have a couple of my kids in the business, and what I'd like to do is actually go, I just go to like Nordstrom, the Rack, go to Old Navy, all these different places, and I find the most colorful clothing that I can find. I do layers for children as well. If they're a certain age range, I would say like, 7 or 8 and under, it gets fun to do like polka dots and rainbows. Like, so everything I've just told you when it comes to adults was like simple and, solid colors and blah, 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 kind of just went out the window. For kids, we can really do fun colors and layering. If you have a yellow shirt with a rainbow and there's maybe, there's a pretty blue color in the rainbow, then I try to get like a layering piece, even if it just ties around the sweater, or maybe have like a, some kind of prop, or if it's swimsuits, like having a little, having a couple pool gadgets. You can do some really fun stuff with kids. Again, if you overstyle it, sometimes it looks, especially if you don't know what you're doing, it tends to look just like that, overstyled and maybe not quite on point, and it's distracting, and we can no longer see your child. But you definitely want to make sure that they're like fun color schemes. Again, it's something where I would reach out to the photographer and just ask him what color backdrops they're using, and then you can really play your colors off those backdrops. And again, I think, look at any agency's website that posts their talent or posts work, and look at what the kids look like. Look what they have on. Look at the pictures that you're attracted to. If you're looking at it, so are they. They just tend to be some color combinations like yellow, orange, red, and pink, looks really pretty together. Blue, green, sometimes maybe purple, even some, even if it's like pink, black, and white, or like there's so many different color combinations that you can do and make it really fun. For little girls especially, or also older girls, I mean girls in general, make sure too that you kind of come prepped with being able to maybe change up their hairstyle a little bit. For little kids, maybe do a ponytail, a bun, pigtails, like little two buns like that, or you can do, a headband. Just want to make sure, again, don't overwhelm the child when it comes to the stuff. If you don't want to know what you're doing, hire a stylist, hire a hair and makeup artist. Sometimes the photographers already come with connections in that space. And sometimes, if they're traveling photographers, maybe they do not. Maybe then ask your agency or ask around. There's so many great Facebook pages dedicated to entertainment industry, individuals that you can hopefully find that way. Post you're looking for, so can anyone recommend someone, or go through your network, or like I said, ask the agency. We're usually happy to help if we know of someone in the area that you're shooting, or that we can at least refer you on to, or maybe if it's not them, maybe they have someone else they can refer you on to as well. But most of the photographers know at least one or two people that they can call on, so that should be fine. Trying to think if there's anything else. I kind of went over the 15 minutes, which now means I can't post this on Pinterest. But if you have any other questions, make sure, reach out to us. We're really here for you. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss in the future, we're just kind of picking a topic every month and going over basics. Reach out to us. We're happy to connect, and you can always comment here, and I'll go back and look and see if there are any questions and answer them for you. So thank you very much. I think hopefully this helped you today. Make your decisions with your, you know what, since I'm already over, forgot one more thing. Set. Now you're booked. You're booked and you're going to set. Sorry, I do have to go over this because I literally have just had a industry veteran, booked him, would assume that he was reading the instructions that were sent him regarding a wardrobe, shows up with no wardrobe. Guys, there is never a set where you shouldn't bring wardrobe. Even if they have all the wardrobe, like let's say you try the stuff on there, everything's great. If you have something similar at home that is your size, that you wear, shoes that are worn in, that are comfortable for you. Like sometimes wearing new shoes for 12, like I said, for 12 hours a day, and maybe they're half a size too small, could really alter your experience on set that day because you're uncomfortable, you're not in pain, it hurts to walk. Just have everything ready. If you're a model, you should have at least a couple of bikinis, cover-ups, shorts, skirt, a shirt, at least 5 or 6 pairs of shoes, like anything from flip-flops to sneakers to sandals. Have a set bag that you can kind of just throw in there and bring it with you. If you know that, you're wearing a blue shirt and khaki pants and then black shoes, for example, on set the next day, have those things ready. Like just bring your own, have it in the car, even if you never pull it out. But geez, if something happens on set, or, there's smudges on wardrobe and let's say they can't change it out, but you have something similar ready to go. Oh my gosh, dude, I love you so much more for being a prepared talent. Why not? It's just, be part of this collaboration, be a contributor. Don't just show up and expect everything to be done for you. Trust me, it's a small community. People remember good people. If it's between two people and you're the one that's just easy to work with and has shown up, the way we want you to show up before, why not, just be a team player and be ready and bring what you need to bring. And I think it usually, just ends up benefiting everyone. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it, but just, pay attention, read the details. If you have a question, ask. If you don't have something, that's okay. Then we let them know. If you have enough time to try to go and get it, if it makes sense, get wardrobe that they've asked for that you don't have. Maybe just, if you think you can use it in the future, maybe just go out and grab it. And if you really don't, let your age know that you don't, and that's okay. At least then we have the chance to communicate and they can let their wardrobe department know. So anyway, I had to kind of tag that on at the end. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for your time, and then we'll see you guys in another month.